Which team were you more impressed with?
The Philadelphia Eagles. I think this was the team that people were picking against ever since Nick Foles was placed in as the quarterback. This is a team that didn't play very well down the stretch, a team that wasn't good defensively on the road, gave up over 30 points to the New York Giants, who was Molly's team, and she knows they couldn't score that much all season. And then you watch Nick Foles down the stretch. We were asking, should he have played more in Week 17 against the Dallas Cowboys? And to come against the Minnesota Vikings, who many said would win this game, who were favored, even though the Philadelphia Eagles were the #1 seed, and to beat them the way that they did. When you watch the New England Patriots, it's kind of old hat. It's what we expect for them. We expect them to play until the clock says 0. We expect Tom Brady to make the necessary plays to keep them in games and then to win games in the end. But what the Philadelphia Eagles did, dismantling the Minnesota Vikings defense that was a legit #1, not a we play bad quarterbacks and dominate them #1, a team that didn't give up big plays, a team that was tough to run against, could rush the passer with 4. Case Keenum, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, what they were able to do offensively throughout this year, the efficiency that they were able to play with, and to watch the Philadelphia Eagles not only beat them, but dominate them. This game wasn't even close. It wasn't in doubt. Once they went up 14-7, there was never a chance in the game or never a place in the game where we thought to ourselves, Minnesota's about to make a comeback and win this game. So to be coached that well, to execute that well, to dominate in that way was the most impressive thing I saw over this weekend.
Well, I'm going to maintain a level of consistency by saying I respectfully disagree with you. Now, obviously, you play football.
Respectfully?
I didn't. I'm a reporter. No, because I'm dead serious when I say that. The reason why I feel I know football is because I learn from people like you. I listen to you all the time. So, I give you mad respect on that. You played, I didn't. But I'm coming from a reporter's perspective in terms of what I watch, what I observe, and what I've seen all year compared to what I've witnessed on one particular afternoon. And the reason why I'm going to lean towards being more impressed with the Patriots, it's because of what they were up against. I understand statistically what Minnesota brought to the table. I'm just saying in person, seeing their defense just get shredded, looking at them not resembling themselves. I actually found myself standing on the field watching Minnesota-Philadelphia thinking the moment was just too big for the Minnesota Vikings. That clearly was not the case with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were #2 in points allowed, #2 in yards allowed, #1 against the pass. By the way, they had sacked Tom Brady 3 times yesterday. And still in all, they won every statistical category that really, really mattered outside of penalties. And yet still Tom Brady finds a way to connect with Amendola, not just once, but twice. This is without Edelman. This is with Gronk down. This is with not much of a running game, but somehow, some way, this is what you do. And not only do you connect on the 2 passes, not only do you come back from a deficit, not only do you do it against an elite defense, but still in all, after Bortles couldn't connect with his wideout because of Gilmore's great defensive play, leaping up and slapping the ball out of the air, to make sure that was an incomplete pass. There was still time. If the Jacksonville Jaguars could have prevented the New England Patriots from getting a first down, and instead of Brady just throwing the football and Josh McDaniels calling that play, they give it to Lewis,
Stephen
who
A,
runs
so
and
you're telling me coming into this game, you expected the New England Patriots to have the bigger challenge than the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Minnesota Vikings?
No, that's not what I said. What I said was being there in Philadelphia, seeing how big the moment appeared to be for Minnesota. I juxtaposed that to the Jacksonville Jaguars defense and what they brought to the table and how under that duress we saw Brady in New England do what it did.
But you don't give Philadelphia any credit for putting Minnesota in that position to look that way?
I give them credit. I just don't give them more credit than I give New England for overcoming what it overcame.
Let's get Max in.
So go ahead, Max. New England, which has been the favorites to win the Super Bowl by the most ever since the preseason, they're also the defending Super Bowl champions, come up against a team that had been shredded by Jimmy G, the defense had been, though I was thinking, oh my God, this is a once every 5 or 10 years defense for Jacksonville. The fact is, Pittsburgh hung 42 on that team. Some of that was on the defense of Pittsburgh defense, but also, that Jacksonville defense gave up a whole lot of points to Pittsburgh, an AFC rival that that they're competing against along with New England. And then New England plays them, and Blake Bortles, the big question marks on Blake Bortles, and sure enough, Doug Marrone makes some really curious calls, bad decisions, doesn't go for it with 55 seconds left, doesn't try to score at the half. You know, Blake Bortles driving, a 3rd and 18, and he's deep in Patriots territory. First down only. It's not a first down because it was delay a game, right? I mean, Blake Bortles can't get it done. Underthrows what would have been a touchdown. Gilmore makes the interception. All those things that we knew going in. Hey, Blake Bortles may be the downfall of the Jaguars. That was not somehow the New England beating that team is more impressive than the Philadelphia Eagles minus their MVP quarterback. Would have won the MVP if he would have played a full season. And their left tackle, the two most important players on any team and on the offense, the quarterback and the blind side and the Pro Bowl caliber blind side protection. You lose both those guys and then shred a team that came out and punched you in the face. A team whose quarterback had the highest QBR, Case Keenum did, of any quarterback who played a full season in the NFL this year. A team who had an excellent defense, and Ryan Clark went over the offense, the different weapons on offense. An Eagles team who took that punch in the mouth, down 7-0 as soon as the game started. And then the defense gets its confidence. Doug Peterson somehow works magic with Nick Foles, who delivers the ball on time, and they come back to win. There's no way. The Eagles were clearly were the most impressive team this weekend, particularly based on expectations.